So why cloud? How about a primer that tells you how you can increase speed to market, optimize costs, reduce risk, and improve quality for your enterprise? But you need a little context first. Remember when customers were served just by human beings? Sam Walton was quoted as the goal of the company is to have customer service that is not just the best, but legendary. And they pulled it off, returning hunting rifles to bad hunters and things like that, no questions asked. And how they pulled this off, creating a logistics system that was unprecedented before it existed, was to use technology to serve the business who served the customer. This worked well at a slower market pace, but times have changed. Barriers to competitive entry are much lower, where industry verticals are being offered as software as a service. You have instant pay-as-you-go IT, you have a global workforce, and venture capital moving in to support ventures other than just technology ventures. You have high customer expectations where they demand anywhere, anytime, always on access. They want to be self-served, face-to-face as a second choice. They're very collaborative and opinionated. They want mobile access first, and they have an appetite for change that's ever increasing. You also have rapid change in technology taking place. You've got cloud computing, the subject of this presentation, but you also have pervasive mobility, social media, big data, and enterprise scale automation that the first two categories are leveraging to pull things off. There's also industry pressure where there's ever increasing regulation on enterprise. Global cyber attack has arisen. There's the virtualization of everything that doesn't need to come to your doorstep. Cash is a good example where people need less and less of that nowadays. Commoditization of traditional services is taking place where bread and butter of an enterprise that was once a competitive edge has become put in a corner. You also have a lot of market uncertainty and fierce competition. And finally, there's a lot of internal pressure that we put on ourselves where the business recognizes all of this change that's coming and puts ever-increasing demand on IT, also asking us to reduce expenses, innovate constantly, improve stability, and improve the risk profile of our organization. Today, customers are served by software, where software can be understood as people, process, and technology. Jeff Bezos was quoted as, if you make customers unhappy in the physical world, they might each tell 6 friends. But if you make customers unhappy on the internet, they each can tell 6,000 friends. So Amazon has a great logistics system too, but they also have an awesome cloud system that has put them where they are today. And what does this look like? Well, keep in mind that they have a very mobile and social customer base, and they've leveraged the current trend where the relationship of technology to the customer has fundamentally changed how we have to do business, where customers bring their own technology to the business in the form of their smartphones and other things, and the technology even reaches around the business straight to the customer from the IT department. How significant is this? Look at Walmart again. They made a bold move and jumped on the trend by forming a wholly owned subsidiary to transform their technology. So what does this mean for your enterprise? Well, think of the way it works today. Say a project manager has been told to bring a great mobile experience to the customers. They've got all the approvals from the lines of business in place and they're ready to go with their application. And they come to the server administration team and say they'd like to start. And by the way, the business wants new features every 2 weeks because that's what our competitors are doing now. And the server guy says, okay, well, you'll just need 3 servers to start and we'll get going. And what happens is the server request is formed and you have a server that needs to be built with applications, storage, network, security, operating systems, all of that sort of stuff. And it's put through the process where a network guy touches it and creates the network. Wait a little bit, the storage guy creates it. Wait a little bit, the OS guy does what he needs. Wait a little bit, the security guy takes it. So forth to the database guy, to the application people. And what you have after a few weeks is a deployed system. And this is a very stable process that puts difficult tasks in the hands of experts, but it still takes weeks at best. And this can be actually death for an enterprise in the long term that services social and mobile customers that have ever-increasing service expectations. Think of the context. It took 40 years to develop a shipping container standard that Walmart used to dominate the retail market in about 20 years. It took 22 years to develop the internet, where Amazon's logistics system used it to dominate the e-commerce market in about 5 years. So with this ever-increasing pace, enterprises now need to rapidly bring products to tech-savvy customers that are empowered by viral opinions because they're social and mobile. It's quite a challenge. In other words, an enterprise that can only adjust to the market every 18 months is going to be in trouble, particularly if their customer base is social and mobile. So how are high-performing enterprises handling this new trend? Well, they're creating a cloud API. Who cares what API stands for? It just means that server automation can be fully automated. All the people, process, and technology can be tied together to where a server can be created in 30 minutes or less on demand. So you start out with a open request where the network, storage, OS, and everything else gets built out in the stack, and it happens in 30 minutes or less automatically, and it can be done again and again and again. And what this has done is it's allowed high-performing enterprises to leverage cloud in new ways. First, reducing risk and increasing quality at the same time. Because they can create whole environments in minutes, they are finding new ways to ensure quality and security, where well-designed, well-implemented automated quality means fewer production issues. And security assessment of applications can be made against test environments that look very similar to production environments. And if you take the general 3 phases to production, where there's a commit phase from the application development team, code quality can be analyzed. You would have an automated acceptance phase, where live automated tests and scans can be done, helping find bugs sooner. And then the customer can see things much more quickly, sometimes even in minutes with the higher performing enterprises. In addition, costs can be optimized. I'm not saying it can be reduced necessarily, but optimized. High-performing enterprises spend more smartly with cloud, where the old way of doing things, it took a platoon of engineers, sometimes even an army, to get a project going from a server perspective, and you could only pull a few of these off a year. Now there are many more projects per year being executed with fewer engineers per project, a much more agile situation, and they all require drastically less support per project per application because of all the automation in place. So with those 2 big moves in mind, you can understand where customers are mobile and social and they want things now, the business is able to react and say, you got it. And we can react confidently and quickly to our customers, rapidly providing features and fixes based on this server automation process. So let's wrap it up. If you can't deploy a server in a few minutes, your business can't react to the market in months. Also, if your business can't react to the market in months, weeks, or even days, you won't last very long if your market is mobile and social. And the only way to react this quickly and deploy servers in minutes is to develop a highly competent enterprise cloud capability. All of this pulls together and increases speed to market for your business. Second, individual automated cloud environments require far less resources to build and maintain, so you can optimize cost in new ways. And finally, once you can deploy environments in minutes, you can use them in new ways to improve quality and security and also reduce risk. Thanks for watching.